Good afternoon there. I am John Harder, and I'm here with my friend Pedro.
Hi.
And we want to talk about cryptocurrencies and about free energy. Now I know this free energy. There's these big windmills that have been put up all over the place in many places in the world, which really they are only part of the the system, or the. If you're hearing some side noise, we're here by the river, and there are some people that are intensely enjoying a swim. So that would be some of the side noise you might be hearing.
They're just having fun, huh?
Yeah.
Which is great.
So Pedro, what do you see as far as the benefits are concerned about the free energy units that we're talking about?
The benefits of it.
Yeah.
It will serve many purposes. And away from it being healthy, to getting rid of bills, your monthly bills that you pay. And it will never wear out. Of course, you can explain that better than me. And they prevent danger from, if you compare them to the smart meters that are out on the hoses. And I'm sure there's more things yet that people will benefit from having this.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking with a man last night. I went out for a walk, and he happened to be sitting and having a smoke while I walked by, and I stopped him and started chatting with him, and we actually had a pretty interesting conversation, because I was telling him what I do and stuff. So a lot of it he hadn't heard of, but he was quite aware of the elite, the banking cartels. He was quite aware of that. He didn't know that there were countries that were breaking free. He said he knew about Cuba having wanted to break free, and as a result, their president was killed.
Oh, yeah.
The president of Cuba was apparently killed because he wanted, because he wanted to be free from the banking cartels. I asked him if he was aware that Canada hasn't legally had a government since 1931, and he had no idea.
Yeah. I think most people don't know it, but some do, and more is coming, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The movie is, I forget now what it's called.
The Myth is Canada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the movie that is coming out, and it'll be a documentary that will prove all the documentation about that, about this. How should I say, this false shadow that we've been under all this time, thinking that we had a legal system here in Canada when actually it was all just a show.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me when I found out.
It actually didn't surprise me much either, because I mean, after all we've learned from the people who have been in control on a global scale, pretty much. A cartel that has had their banking system in just about every country in the world, and thereby controlling the governments of the world. So it really wasn't that much of a surprise to me when I found that out.
Yeah.
So I know that many people, they have been trying hard to try and do something to at least minimize the monthly bills about the when it comes to energy, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And they've been doing solar panels, and which here in Canada, if you do them, then you obviously have to register with the government. That
Yeah.
doesn't exist here, but you still have to register to this shadow so-called government. And you have to, of course, the major corporations here, they are in total control, very happily sending you these monthly bills all the time, when there's absolutely no need for that,
Yeah.
right? And
eventually we will do away with that.
right. And so that is what this video is about. We are spreading awareness of the fact that there is a, since back in the 50s, John Searle had created a system that will generate power with absolutely free. There's not even any wearing parts on the system, and they're not like solar panels at all. This is a system that you can install in your house. It'll power your house 24 hours a day without any interruption, but what I meant to say, well, we'll call it interruption for now. That's disruption. There you go. So these units, they are just really, really awesome in that sense, because they have plenty of power to also heat the house with the unit, putting in an electric furnace as opposed to gas, and that way your heating bill is taken care of at the same time. So you really two bills gone with one installation, and you never pay again. So to me, that is a pretty big benefit, wouldn't you say?
Oh, of course. And it creates this healthy energy around it. You can sit nearby it, and it's good for you.
That's actually correct too. The energy that it generates, in the atmosphere that it creates, is actually a very, very healthy energy. That so much so that it'll literally cure cancer, or has known to cure cancer. Which, by the way, opens another whole can of worms. Talking about cancer, there has been cures for cancer since during the 50s, during the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s. There have been doctors that came up with a cure for cancer, and you know what? For somehow mysteriously, as soon as it became known a bit more that there was a cure for cancer, those doctors, they would end up, floating face down in the river, or they'd end up committing suicide with multiple bullets in their head, or different things like that. Very mysterious ways that these doctors would disappear. Sometimes very mysterious accidents that would just look a lot more like a setup than an accident. But
yeah, how can it be suicide if there's 2 bullets in their body?
Yeah, 2 bullets in the brain.
Right, yeah.
If you can explain it, by all means, put a comment under this video, and put your explanation how a person would do that. How they would operate the trigger the second time.
After they're dead.
Yeah. Especially since there's this sort of a fact that a person would fall at this first bullet lodging in their brain. They would be, they'd be falling and the gun would fall out of their hand, but somehow 2 bullets, okay? So if you can explain that, by all means, I'd appreciate that. And so things like that. But you know, the elite, who the banking cartels who have been controlling the major corporations, through which they were controlling the governments, they have lost significant power, which is why this technology has come to the surface. You know, also, is there anything you would like to add to?
Yeah, about you were mentioning the cancer, right? First of all, you could prevent that from getting cancer. You know, you said there was cancer cure, or people had come up with cancer cure.
Yes.
To cure it.
Yeah.
First of all, we shouldn't even have that.
Right. Right. Yeah. What would you say is the main cause of getting it?
Probably foods, or magnetic waves. What do you call them actually?
The microwaves.
Microwaves.
Yeah.
Various stuff, various different things.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, the biggest, or should I say, the number one cause for all disease is that of mental stress. Mental stress is actually the cause of practically all diseases. That's where it comes from. When the mind is under stress, it is under a load that of a problem that it can't solve, and you cannot see a way out, and therefore your mind is under a stress, and it's often to the point of how should we say, where a person gets you know, when you feel hopeless. I forget now what is used for that, but it's I don't know. Both of my daughters had it. They were taking medications for it, which is exactly what they want. They want you to have this and take medications, because medications is what it's all about for health. Because these are petroleum-based medications.
Did you have this too? The point?
Yeah, actually, I have it. I've had it too. Depression.
Oh, I thought you were talking about anxiety.
Anxiety, actually, depression comes from excessive anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what causes depression. And depression is when a person is in a state of depression, he's very, very open and subject to health problems, because it is a mind under stress, and it is actually the mind that keeps the body healthy. And so that should help you to easily understand that a stressful mind would be the cause of ill health, because there's never a reason why we should be under stress.
No.
Because the truth is that we're born into a world of abundance, and most people see it as a world of poverty, but that is a conditioning. That is a conditioning of the mind. That's what causes this idea of poverty in our minds. So so these mental stresses, they come because of the financial pressures. That's where most of stresses comes from, because it causes arguments between people. It causes it just simply causes stress, because you get into situations where the money doesn't cover the month, and if the month is gone at the end of the month, if the money is gone before the end of the month, well, it poses a bit of a problem because now you're in need of more money, right? So what this video is also about is wealth. We're spreading wealth along with these free energy units. So something you would like to add about that?
Yeah, that I would call TBC. TBC is an abundant-based coin that we all need.
Yes.
And also can have it.
Yes.
And I have it, you have it, Tom. And
Yeah.
we like you to have it too if you accept it.
Yeah. Well, so TBC is is kind of kind of like Bitcoin, only it has hugely been perfected from that of Bitcoin because transactions are much faster. The transactions for TBC, the billion coin, are easily fast enough to go to the store and pick up groceries, pay for it, and be on your way. The transactions they confirm and everything like within like 30 seconds.
And no transactions.
And
Transaction fees.
That's right. No fees. That's another good thing. So there is a $10 fee for the wallet, a one-time fee, but then there's never fees for transactions. And there's actually a free gift. There's actually a free gift of coin that you get with the wallet when you get a new wallet, right? So
Yeah.
you want to tell them a little bit about that gift?
Yeah, it's by you signing up and paying for your wallet, then you will receive cookies, a value of over $2,000 USD today.
2,000 USD.
Yeah.
Listen to that. That's a free gift. But listen what else. There's more about this gift.
Yeah, and
because it accumulates value daily.
yeah, the gift can turn into way more money. Just think of it this way: the coin is at this point like somewhere 8.4 to 8.8 in there somewhere. I don't know exactly, but it's over 8 million per coin. And
Did you hear that? Over 8 million USD per coin. That's the price of the billion coin. That's the price of TBC.
and its ultimate price will be about 2.2 billion, depending on gold, on the price of gold. If the price of gold goes up and TBC is at its ultimate price, the coin goes up, and let's say gold price was $2.2 per grain. Then that is, am I saying it correct? Then the billion coin would be $2.2 billion per coin.
Yeah.
That's at its ultimate price. Right now is when the price of gold
a kringle.
per grain
Oh, yeah.
times the amount of members that TBC has. That's the current price.
But that's for one kringle. A kringle is, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a kringle is a small breakdown. It's one.
That's per kringle.
Is it 1/1,000,000th of a coin? Is that a kringle or?
Right now it's 100 million, but they will break it down more.
Oh, okay. So eventually it'll be 1/1,000,000th of a coin, right?
Yeah. Today it is 100 million kringles is one coin.
Okay.
But it will break down to, I think it's 1 million.
I think they're dropping 2 zeros, right?
Yeah, 2
Okay.
zeros,
Yeah. And then we're going to also have a micro wallet which will break it down enough to be able to just buy a stick of gum or something like that.
Yeah.
Because at this point, at this point, the smallest breakdown that that we have, imagine being $8 being the smallest change you have.
Yeah. You buy a piece of gum, that's 50 cents, right?
So you want to buy a piece of gum that is 50 cents, but it actually $8 is the smallest you have, right? You can't break it
You
down
would have
further.
to buy just that many
Yeah,
more
yeah,
pieces.
you'd have to buy some other stuff in order to, to accommodate enough to. for
People would do
$8.
more business.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Maybe we should not bother, eh?
People, the merchants sell more.
But here's another really cool thing. What would you say that the Cookie Rewards does? Like, let's say somebody would be interested in buying $100 worth of coin. What would that do for them?
Okay, this is fantastic. Why? Let's start here. At first, when the billion coin came out in 2016, March 21st, people could buy 10 coins from 1 penny. 1/10 of a cent a coin was, but then it went up and up and doubled and went up and up. And when John and I joined last July, it was the value was about 90,000 euros per coin. and for us, I told John, shoot, I missed out. If I had at least one coin, because the value of it will be $1 billion. You know what? Admin came up with a program, a cookie reward program, because TBC wants 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires. So they came up with a cookie reward program. They call them Cookie. If you purchase $100 of TBC, they give you you buy $100 worth of TBC, and then they have this reward redemption. I'm not saying it. They have this redemption period twice a year, where you, from this $100 you had receive 100 million cookies, and once they redeem them, then that's one coin, and they will give you a full coin for the $100 that you bought, or 5 coins for $500 that you purchase of the coin, or whatever you would have purchased.
Yeah. So in other words, for basically when you redeem these cookies, let's just go through this like this.
Yeah.
Let's say you buy $100 worth. Like, let's say that's the money you can afford right now, right? You can afford $100, and you say, okay, well, I'm going to buy some TBC, and well, now you have these 100 million cookies from that. So now redemption time comes up, and you redeem those cookies, and then what happens?
Then you have this. If it was $100, now you have one coin.
One coin, and one coin is worth
$8.2 million, 8.4, about there.
8
right now.
Okay. So, do you see value in this? Do you see some value? 8.4 million from buying $100 worth of coin? That is crazy. That's a crazy amount of money for $100.
Yeah.
And here's what's more. You know, one of the questions that people have, is it for real? Is it for real? Well, let's see. How real can it get? The debt-based monetary system that we now operate under in just about every country in the world, it's a debt-based system that you cannot possibly ever get out of debt from. The system is set up that it's not possible for a country to ever be out of debt. You can't be. You can't, because it's debt-based. Now, considering that, TBC, right off the bat, you already get over $2,000 for free, and you buy $100 worth, you have $8 million. Okay? Now, can you buy land with it? Yep, people buy land. Can you buy goods and services with it? Yeah, people do that all the time. How many members do we have now that are using TBC? Well, it's right now. It's what is our number?
Almost 3.2.
Okay, so it's just about 3.2 million,
No,
right?
3.3. It's 3.2 already.
Oh, okay. So just about 3.3 million right now, and that is since 2016. So at the end of last year, we had just a bit under a million, wasn't it? Just at the end of the year.
Well, when we joined in July, we had just under 500,000.
Okay. And so since then, since 10 months ago, we now have 3.3 million. Okay, and now we have a country that has illegally endorsed it, making it their preferred legal tender currency. Yes, the country of the Philippines have done this. TBC is now their preferred legal tender currency. This is huge, and that's only our first milestone in that regard. There is already other countries that are already gearing up to do the same thing. Okay, so worldwide, we are not very far. We have 3 million, but we are not very far from having hundreds of millions, and that will quickly grow to that billion that we want. And at 1 billion, each coin will be worth, how much was it again?
About 2.4 billion.
About 2.4 billion euros.
2.2 to 2.4.
Right, or US dollars.
Depending on the price.
Right.
The price of gold. Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, that's true. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
and here's the next thing yet. If you're a broadcaster, you can earn your coins, your cookies. And if you're, you have to be a trusted seller, and a trusted seller has to have had their wallet paid, and you're a trusted seller.
And that's...
You can earn cookies.
Yeah, doing a video like this, but it's a live broadcast.
Live broadcast.
Live broadcast on YouTube, on Google. Yes, because why are we doing this? Because we are spreading the wealth. We want the wealth spread to as many people as we can, because we want to change the world from this debt-based system to a system of wealth and abundance for everybody. Okay, that is our mission. That is our mission. And of course, we are now also, now that is not TBC though. That is us. We're doing this. Pedro and I we're doing this with, of course, with other people. We're networking, and we're getting this system going where we're getting these free energy units as well to people. So, if all of that does not add up to wealth and abundance to you, then maybe you need some education or something. I'm not sure.
Had we explained how this energy system works? We did a bit, right?
We did a little bit, I believe.
How they can get involved?
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. Yeah, to get involved, just go to myfree.energy. If you participate in helping out with $5,000, then you are on the list to receive a unit. If you go like up to $10,000, then you are higher on the list. Okay, so that's how this works. We are working on funding, but not only that, we are also accepting for smaller donations. We're also accepting TBC. If you'd like to get the free wallet and get and give a gift, you can do that. Okay. However, if you want, like if you give a gift of 5,000, for instance, okay, well then we will in turn, as a thank you, we will send you 2,500 worth of TBC into your TBC wallet, the billion coin wallet. Okay, so And that is how many cookies? That would make you an extremely rich person.
25 coins that would give you.
20, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
25 times 100.
So now do the math. 25 coins times what it's worth right now. 25 coins times 8 million. Yeah, you'd be rich. You'd be very rich.
200 mil
Yeah, over 200 million.
today.
Yeah, for helping us out with $5,000. I'd say that's not too shabby. That's a pretty darn good deal, right?
Absolutely. And the results, I mean, the outcome, what it will be.
Oh, yeah,
This
because
will be
it goes
world-
up.
Will be worldwide.
Yes.
And we cannot lose in this. It's a wonderful setup. It's a wonderful
Yes.
time to be alive, actually, overall now.
Yeah, we've never ever seen abundance like this. Never
No.
ever
That's
seen
why
it.
it's so hard for people to...
People don't seem to grasp that this
No.
is fact.
Yeah.
And yet they seem to easier grasp the fact that they're enslaved to a debt-based system which they call money, and yet where it'll never give them any wealth. It'll never, if they ever get out of debt, that will probably only happen when they die. But you can become wealthy and don't ever even think about that.
Enjoy life.
Yeah, that's
what-
right. That's right.
What it is all about.
Peace, joy, and abundance. That's what we're about. That's what we are here to spread. And we want to spread this peace, this joy, this abundance to every person we can. And free, healthy energy, do away with all the dangers of the current system, and create local economies everywhere so that there will never be a point again where there's an elite handful of people that can basically take control of the entire global, humanity globally. That's what we want to do. We want to make we want to create a global system where that can't happen again, where people will never again be in bondage like that. Okay?
And we are closer to that most people know.
Yeah, that's right. We're much further on the way than you would ever guess.
Yeah, I encourage you, or we encourage you to wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah,
It's better than what you think.
it's not.
You're closer to it than what you know.
Yeah, and it's not that cheap coffee, that you could buy. I don't know where at some gas station or whatever. No. This is high quality. This is like Starbucks coffee, and you get it for free. Like, I mean, figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
It's
And
about-
the $2,000 gift would be 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, $256,000. That's
Yeah.
your gift for you.
256,000. That's what your gift would turn into, if you would just get the wallet. Don't buy anything. Just keep your coin in your wallet until it reaches full price. You would have $256,000 as a free gift. Actually, not quite free, because you do pay $10 for your wallet. Okay, so if that's not a good gift, well, you tell me, man. So, or woman.
Excelente. We welcome you aboard. Don't miss the boat.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, don't miss this wonderful opportunity. Okay. All right. So with that said, we're gonna sign off.
Peace.